Trevor Jones, and I'm about to embark on a very, very dangerous quest. I'm leaving the inhabitants of my home to go out and embark on a journey to the wild. Follow me as I teach you how to survive. I will now embark on my quest to the wild, leaving from my home. As you can see, I've traveled a far, far distance to get away from my home so far, and I'm almost arriving at the place where I will set up my camp. It's right here. And this will be my home while I survive in the wild. I'm now going to walk out and get materials that I will need to survive in the wild. I'm going to go on a journey just to find some supplies and material, and I'll go right now. As you can see, I'm not even near my home, and I am so far out in the wild that it's certainly funny. Many wild animals could attack me on my journey. Follow me, and I'll teach you how to deal with these crazy creatures, and you will be able to survive when it's your turn in the wild. Over here, I've embarked on a journey. This has taken me even farther from my home. My home is nowhere to be found. What I'll now do is take these supplies back to my camp. As you can see, I have the supplies that I'm going to need, but what I will also need is the mode of a weapon. I'm going to need something to fend off the wild beasts in the wild. Notice how I say wild a lot. I'm going to look for something dangerous enough to slaughter a human. Now this is amazing. It's a wild knife. It is not a stick, it is disguised as a stick, so that any animal that attacks me does not know what it's getting into. I'm going to take it back to my camp and forget about the supplies that my life depends on, just for a knife that I probably won't have to use. I'm making a conscious decision to take this back and risk my life instead of taking my shelter supplies. I figure this will definitely pay off in the long run, but I know that for now, I must take this back to my camp. As you can see, out here in the wild, notice I said wild again because I say wild a lot. It's wild. But notice how out here in the wild, there's no means for recreation, nothing to amuse myself with. I don't have anything I could have fun with possibly in a million years. I've fished for days trying to keep myself amused, but I can never seem to find anything that would ease my troubles. This journey has become very gruesome. It's hard, it's cold at night, even though I haven't slept once yet, and it's only been a matter of 5 minutes. But I've ditched all my building supplies for a knife that I haven't even had to use, and there's nothing I can do to have fun. And I'm too far away from my home to go back. This is a very tough journey for me. But it's out here in the, you guessed it, wild. Another part of being out here in the wild is the fact that, well, come on cameraman, it's hard because apart from walking, you have no mode of transportation. And it's hard because you walk all day and then you get tired. And there's nothing else you can take for transportation. It's hard out here in the wild. It's not a fun life when you have to be moving all day long. And there's nothing around you that you could take anywhere. Nothing on wheels. No trucks, no trains, no planes, no boats. There's nothing that I could take on a drive or anything. I'm stuck out here in the wild. It's hard knowing that I'm so far from my home and I have no transportation. As you can see, I've returned to the spot to collect my building supplies. I don't know how to make a shelter, but I just figure that if I throw these on top of me, they will absorb any rain or chance of a lightning strike. As long as you're in the wild, you should always build shelters like these. As you can see, it's very cold out here in the wild. Snow is everywhere around me. I'm out here winter camping practically. Do not try anything like I do at home. I'm a trained professional who is not really a professional. I do this at my own risk, and it's wild. I say wild a lot if you haven't caught on, because everything in my life is wild. Back at my camp, it's very cold. My shelter doesn't protect much, and my knife does very bad things. I stabbed myself in the foot today because I was so hungry. I was about to eat my foot. I've been starving out here with no means of amusement or anything. What's that? Deep within my camp, I found some wild food. This is the kind of food that you're going to live off in the wild. This is the kind of stuff you'll find out every time you come to the wild. I'm going to now take a couple bites because I'm starving, and that's wild. My stomach's been growling for the whole 10 minutes we've been out here. It looks delicious. Scrumptious. Out here in the wild, you'll eat anything that you find. There's a potential that my campsite is littered with this stuff. I will have to do a search later. It is hard. Very hard out here. As much as this food is lovely, I'm dying of thirst. I wish I had something to drink. What's that? I found a water supply. These kind of cartons are very common in the wild. And there's been a glass left for me. I'm now going to pour myself a nice cold drink. Going to put the carton down. Oh man, it's very warm. That is awful! Oh! Not the kind of stuff you want in the wild. But it's what I'm going to have to live over. That's a brain freeze. Oh! I'm even colder than I was this morning. Turn the camera off, I need to recover from the brain freeze. Turn the bloody thing off. I think I heard something. It might be a wild creature. Out here in the wild, many types of animals are common, especially crazy monkeys and little chickens. There's a monkey coming. He's trying to attack me. I'm trying to climb the tree. Monkeys like this are very common in the wild. I'm going to stab it through the heart. This will be my dinner later tonight. This monkey shares extreme similarities with the cameraman I've been out here with. Well, after slaying that vile beast and spending a full 15 minutes out here in the wild with the cameraman who got to leave twice for breaks, I know how gruesome it can be out here. It's time for me to pack up my camp and head back home. However, I have no idea of where my home will be. I have no idea of how to get there, or where I've even been for the past 15 minutes. It's been a long, long journey, and it's been wild. Wild. Really wild. I like to say wild a lot. I'm going to have to embark on my journey home. And I've returned. Here's my home. And now you know how you too can survive in the wild. I'll see you next time.